We're now connecting to YouTube and then we'll start. Good morning. Sorry, I always use the morning. Good afternoon, traders from Dubai. Sorry. Hope all of you guys had a great weekend. I'm sorry for yesterday. I couldn't make it because they were doing some repairs in the building that I'm living in. For some reason, those guys got the internet off. I will have to close this because I'm getting an echo. Yeah, sorry. I closed the YouTube link. So my apologies for that inconvenience. I hope this video gets to everyone. At least they can see it on YouTube, those who can't make it, because I think there were over about 800 people who registered for yesterday's webinar. Most of them probably wouldn't be here. And don't worry, I hope they can watch it by the end of the day. So thank you for making your time to come here. Let's go. Let's start. So I'm in yen because we were just looking before I went on YouTube. We were looking at a few trades that might probably give you a nice setup today. There's no need to rush. Let's start with the dollar index. So dollar index from the last week, you remember I was saying if you get sell setups here, you should be selling. And I hope a lot of you, make trades. So we're getting a bigger correction here. I see this as a continuation. Right? It depends on how this pattern develops, but most likely I think it's a continuation after that. So we're going to be looking for buy setups in the majors, which means in euro, like I said, it's going to make a move up. And whether you understand pattern or not, I hope you do. Once you get this and you start to get this, you're going to get this regardless of whether you break the low or not. I think a lot of you have seen running flats like this. So the only question we have now, is that really a running flat? Because there are two options. One is that as a running flat. The option I showed you last week, this could be a contracting flat, and this could be contracting flat, and this could be ending the structure. If this is ending the structure, we will make correction here and go. If this is the running flat, we will make correction here and go. So we're in correction, right? One thing we can clearly say, they're making some corrective structures. The problem is the correction for upside or is it for downside? And that's something you probably wouldn't know as yet. You'll have to wait until that corrective structure completes itself. And if you're very good at wave analysis, you would be able to identify the direction in which it's going. So I am right now in the trades. I will show you my trades in a second. Let's start with euro because I'm in euro and I'm pretty much upside down in euro because I bought euro. I think I got tagged in euro somewhere here, I think. And then somewhere here. So both trades are upside down, pretty strong. They're all very huge lots, 20 standard lots each. So let's look at that. So you can see. Good. So euro, I have to make this good. Euro, you can see my euro trades, two trades there. 20 standard lots each. So it's not big movement, but because of the lot size, you're seeing it as big drawdown. The account has grown a little from where it was. Last time I showed you last week, it was 565, I think, 66 somewhere there. It's 600. That means I've closed some positive trades. This one last week was at 436. This varies. I don't pay much attention to this because this varies much. As you can see, the biggest drawdown I have is in silver, but there are 3 silver trades. Actually, you can see it's 3 silver trades. This one has been in positive 2 or 3 times. I'm still leaving it there because that's not the trade I'm looking at. I want to see what silver is going to do, so to consolidate for more up or more down. Silver definitely has one more impulse up. I'll show you that. So silver trade, I'm not really worried about. And the account is growing pretty nice. I like the way it's growing. It's working in how I want it to go. Of course, I would like it to go faster, but that's part of trading. You don't get it to go the way you want exactly. So I'm in these 2 euro trades. I don't think there are anything to worry much about. One of them is somewhere here in the low and one is somewhere here, I think. So both of them minus. But once this consolidation prove a sense of direction, if it is going to be downside, I will close the trades here and sell. If it is a consolidation for upside, I'll stay with those trades. I can't add to them. I probably should have bought here, but I couldn't because I already have too much lots on. When you have so much negative trades, you don't add to them. That's not good. What is euro doing? Consolidating. Buy, sell, probably not known as yet, right? You probably don't want to trade the euro until you see what this whole piece is doing. This could be only consolidation for upside. They could actually do something like this and drop like that. So we need to see a complete pattern. There isn't a complete pattern here as yet. And either side is useless. You're not going to be able to decide which side is going by that. Pound, on the other hand, is clearly upside. As you can see, there's a pound trade that I bought this morning here. That trade you can see is a positive trade. It's just taken. It's not a big trade. It's only about 1,005. That's nothing. Again, I have to change this to see. This trade was taken this morning in our trading room. Not in the trading room, in the London webinar, sorry. That was taken this morning. So it's still a trade that is active. I still think you're probably going to have some consolidation here, maybe not very long, and then see continuation. I'm looking for something like this to continue. Pound, on the other hand, is more upside. It's definitely showing us signs of more upside. Let's see what happens. You can get it. I mean, the worst case, if it doesn't go in a couple hours, I'll take it off and then wait for a re-entry, right? If they start to consolidate here too long, I'll just take it off and then re-enter the trade. It hasn't gone anywhere. That's not my target. My target is way something like this. So if I'm looking for a target, it's got to go way, way, way to the top here. About $15,000, $20,000. That's what I'm looking for. Aussie is going up. Aussie, we still have from last week. Remember, I told you it's going to come up. By the way, if you look at last week's webinar, and you should ask a lot of people to look at, because then they will start to understand the way wave analysis works. I think one guy came and said there's no way Aussie is going to go up. Aussie is going to go down. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't argue with you. If your only argument is that no way it's going to go up, well, then you're right. But if you have a logical argument as to why you think, right, what's the basis of your argument? What is the base of your analysis to say it's nowhere it's going to go up? Because you heard something somewhere, well, then I can't argue with that because I don't believe those crap. I think just hearing stuff is not enough to make a base of the argument. We make our basis based on the wave analysis we do. And so far, you can see it went up. That's what we expect. Once it tagged this stop, you're supposed to take profit. All of you are supposed to take profit. You now move your stops into profit. Now, the big questions still remain. Is it going to make a flat for downside? I think by now I'm starting to negate that flat. I'm starting to think that flat is not going to happen. So is it going to make a flat for downside, or is it going to break out of this whole structure? Are we going to totally go out here? And if this starts to go, there's a very, very big trade to the upside. Two options still open. One is this being a flat. That is to this level. And once we break out of that level, that means we're totally going. That flat is no longer. Once we negate that flat, it's total upside. And the bigger trade to the upside would be this trade, which will happen. The question is it going to happen now? Is this coming here now? Or is it going to make a flat here, go back down, and then come? That's all. That's all you have to decide. It is going to go up. That's a 99.999% it is going to go up. And you don't have to believe this. You don't have to even figure out why in the world it's going to happen, because they're telling you it's already going to happen. If you don't know that, well, then you should come learn what we do. You will understand why it happens. We will tell you why these things happen in the world. So is it going to go now? Well, I hope so. I mean, the Aussie trade too, you can see the Aussie was, if you remember last week, the Aussie was 20,000 upside down. It's 4,000 upside down now. So I'll just leave it. I didn't add to it. Actually, I had one small trade, but I took it off. I had an entry order here, and I took it off somewhere here because I wanted to see whether they were going to break out. So that was a small trade I took off the Aussie, and then I didn't add more because I already had too many trades on. Right? Running flat on which one you thought was a running flat? The euro. The euro we were looking for possibility of a running flat. Don't try to complicate yourself with the patterns if you're not in my group, because you wouldn't understand how they work. It's not that easy. It's much more complicated than you can think, right? So the way I look at pattern is the way we understand how patterns develop, not what pattern is there, how they develop basically. So could this still be a flat for downside? Yes, still possible. So what would negate that? A correction here and continuation. That means it's no longer flat and we're totally going up. Is that correction going to happen now? I don't know. And I don't need to know. Whenever that correction happens, I'm going to be all in Aussie to the upside. Right? I hope it goes up some more before that correction happens. Because once that correction happens, it's going to be a really, really big daily trend to the upside. New Zealand, I closed New Zealand for profit, and I have an entry order there to re-enter it. Right? Same thing. New Zealand, I told you this was going to go up. This is a no-brainer. You don't want to trade this. You want to trade this. By the way, how many of you took that trade? That's out of curiosity. How many of you took the New Zealand trade? You can type a Y if you did. I can see a lot of my traders took it. Okay, and a few of you who were not in my group. Well, good, congratulations. At least you're learning a few things, right? So, and there were people who were saying, no, never, it's not going to go up, right? So, well, you see. Now, I also don't think we're making a running flat here with this one. It's still possible that that could be a running flat. It's still possible, but because this is getting so strong, I think we might be looking at this possible running flat, the smaller running flat in there. We'll see. We'll keep it. So if this breaks out of this structure and keeps going, you would have to, if you get into this trade, you'll have to be able to manage it because there's a high probability they will just do this and start coming back for a deeper correction or a reversal. Whichever happens doesn't matter because I will take the trade for the sell or I'll take the trade for the buy. So right now, it's irrelevant which way it's going to go to me in terms of trading. In terms of analysis, if it comes down, amazing. I got a very big trade to the upside. If it consolidates, still good. I have a very big trade to the upside, right? So the trade to the downside is going to be a small one, but the trade to the upside is going to be a big one. And this again will go. It's not a matter of whether it will go. It's a matter of is it going right now, right? If you remember these patterns, we showed you this one, we showed you this one, we showed you this one. I had an arrow showing you it's going to come here, break this low, and then go back. Well, they did exactly that. So is this the one going right now? I think you better want to get in the trade if you can get in and stay with it. Move your stops and stay with it because this could be the one that is going. I don't know that. You don't know that. We'll see. The patterns will tell us whether this is the one going. So far, you only have one impulse going up. So that's not enough information to confirm the upside. But once we get that 4-hour correction, is all in for the upside. CAD. CAD came down. CAD might be heading for the downside. Let me take that off. CAD may be heading for the downside. The only thing I would want to exclude with the CAD is the possibility of this being an expanding flat, coming back here, then go. Because once CAD comes to this level, there's a good chance we're going to go one more down. Now, if this is the one more down again, if this is the start of the one more down, wait for a correction and then sell. If this is going back to the top here, you will get a flag here. You will buy, you will wait for it to go here, exit the trade, and then look for downside. See, very similar structures to these. If it goes up like this, ignore it and then wait for the sell. CAD is going to retest the low and probably even go much lower. We'll see when that happens. I don't think this will give us the breakout. It doesn't look like they're going to get a breakout there. And Swiss is very similar. Put the Swiss on the 4-hour. Swiss made a running flat. Actually, remember I told you this is going to come back here. If you look at last week's webinar, you wanted this trade. I don't know how many of you got it. When it comes to this level, take off the profit. We actually got that trade in our trading room because we were following it. We saw that. We know it's going to come here. There was a trade set up here for a sell. There was a trade set up at the top there for a sell. Right, there was a trade set up here. There was a trade set up here. And you can see that once we got that, it starts to go up. Now, this could be the top of the whole structure. One possibility. There's a small trade here coming. And then we will either do this, make a new high, and then drop, or we will continue to drop from that level, depending whether this stays as the top of the structure, whether that is just a correction to make a new high. Bigger structure daily, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a flat pattern that is possible at this level here. If that is not a flat and this continues to go up, we will wait for another correction and then trade. The buys to the upside is limited. It's mostly the sell I'm looking for right now. Now, this is not confirmed. We don't know for sure that that is the flat because sometimes it looks like a flat they're starting and this is just the start to move to the upside. But with this pattern, I think it's most likely downside. So you probably want to look for trades that might come here. This is the trade I would look for. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I would do. This is the trade I would look for. And I'll just put it to break even. If they come back to break the top, I'm in that trade to the upside. If they go down, I'll stay with that trade. Let's see. Yen. Yen is consolidating. This will definitely be more upside, but I think there is one more down here before you go. Something like this. So there might be a short trade here and there. Yen could go up even if the majors, the other majors like Aussie, New Zealand, euro, pound all go up, yen will still go. You want to focus on the yen pairs. The yen pairs have been moving amazingly last week, and they may continue to do so this week, right? Silver, I already explained this, but let me go through. So silver daily, this is what you need to pay attention to. Two things you need to watch on the silver. By the way, you see how the silver is working amazing. For those of you who are joining the webinar for the first time or not so often with me, from here, it was a trade up. You've got an impulse, you've got a correction, you're going to get a next impulse. For those who don't believe the market moves like that, don't waste your time. There are a few trolls who come to my chart very often that say, hey, that thing is crazy stuff. Well, it's crazy stuff if you don't understand it, just like Chinese is crazy stuff to me. I don't understand it. I mean, if you speak a foreign language to me, except Russian, I don't understand, so it sounds crazy to me because I don't understand, not because it's crazy, right? And that's what those guys are thinking. If they don't understand it, then it's crazy. Well, good luck to them. Good luck to them following the news. The news is waiting to tell you. You know how I know this silver is going to go up? Let me give you the secret how I know it's going to go up. It's not because of some news event that I'm expecting to happen. It's because they've been telling me that for a few years now. The market has been telling me it's going to go up for, let me tell you exactly how many years. That's exactly how many years the market has been telling me they're going to go up. From June 16 to November 18. The market has been telling me, be careful, we're going to make a move up. That was not accidental. It wasn't based on one specific news event. And to hell with anybody who's going to say that the market moves because the Fed says something or because Donald Trump says something. That is all crazy talking. It's crazy talking for the masses. If you want to be the masses, you'll believe the crazy talking. They were preparing the market to go up. This is the preparation standard. This is the preparation phase. That's called preparing for an up move. So if you think that that up move was accidental or was because somebody tweeted some crap or somebody said some nonsense, good luck to you being a successful trader. I wish you all the best because you will lose your account. Nothing is accidental in this market. And it doesn't happen in the spur of the moment. The market is well prepared for what is going to be the next move. It's absolutely being prepared for that. You just can't sell something you don't have. You need to buy it at a cheap price, and then you can go sell it at an expensive price. Right? So it's well prepared for that purpose. If you think it's accidental, something is wrong with you. Something's absolutely. That's how I know it was going to go up. And remember, I said I knew it was going to go up. I told you that. You were following me for years, and I keep saying, guys, you got to buy silver here now. They're ready to go. What is it? Is it over now? Here's the question. Is it over now? Based on a pattern I can see here that we call the contracting flat, it's possible it's over. What I need is a confirmation that it's over. I don't see the confirmation there as yet. It's not there. I do believe it's not over. My personal belief, because I'm long silver and because I've never seen them make contracting flats. I don't see a lot of contracting flats on silver. I do believe they're going to tag the top and maybe go a little higher before they come back. They will come back, but it's a matter of when. So what I need to see is a confirmation in here. All I have here is a single wave. That doesn't mean anything. If they do this, I'm selling. Anybody seen something like this? Seen a pattern like this? Where this is going to come down to at least this level? I just showed you one. I just showed you in the Swiss, right? It's like I showed you a minute ago, right? You should remember that pattern. That's a very high probability that it could happen, right? If they do this, I'm selling. I'll exit all my trades for positive. I will be in positive, and then I'll sell. If they do this, and then drop, I would sell, but I would still expect that big move because this would be a small move and they will do this. That big correction will come before they give us a downside. What if they're going up? Well, if they're going up, they can probably keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this. They will drop, but then they'll turn to the upside. How big can this correction be? Well, I don't know. It looks like a daily one. Let me show you a few of those. They made a move down. They go up. and then they drop before they go back up. They made a move down, they go sideways, they drop, and then they go. Well, this is a running flat. You will not be able to recognize that. And then let's go for this one, the bigger one. They drop, then they make a move up. You can sell, you can sell, you can sell, you can sell, you can sell. When you see this, that's upside. So the question is, which one would we see now? I don't know. All I have is one move. I have this move here now. Let them do what they have to do. And when it's finished what it's doing there, we will have a very good idea. Is it going to go down now? There will be one more down move. How high does it need to go up before you get that down move? Would that down move be part of a correction for upside or a correction for downside? We'll see. And that's the good thing about wave analysis. We will know. We will look at the pattern. We'll be able to identify them. We'll be able to tell you, you know what, this is what we're going to do next. Right? Most of you look at this and you get a little confused. Most of you want to jump in and sell immediately, right? Because it's going to go right now and it's going to fall all the way to the bottom. And then you jump in and you watch it go 5 pips and then turn and going against you and you start to scream like, what the hell just happened? Well, because it never goes like that. If you look at the chart, they never really drop and don't go back up. It never happened. Absolutely never. Let me just give you a very fast glance at it. That never happened. Nowhere in the chart. And you can go back as far back as you want. It doesn't happen. Let's take the biggest drop that you can verify. First, let's take the first piece of that big drop. You see the first piece is this? They went back 100%. Then they dropped this one. How far did they come back? At least 70%. Then they drop here. How far did they come back? At least 70%. And these were the big drops. These were the scary big drops that were dropping the market, right? Remember those really huge drop looks? These were the sizes. How far did they come back? How far did they come back? See, they never do that. Look at this one. How far did they come back? Look, I'm not talking about those pull back 100%, 90%. They moved this market up. They made this big move up. See that move there? How far did they come back? Almost, sorry, they came somewhere here. So you jump in the sell now and you will learn a lesson. You'll absolutely learn a lesson. The market does not behave like that. Is it going to go back right now? Maybe not. Maybe it might take a while, go somewhere, but it's going to come back here because that's how the market behaves. And this is where naive, I would say, I don't know how to put it, new traders, basically, traders without knowledge of trading would do. They would jump into this trade and said, oh, it's going down. Look how much it has moved. I have to be in it. And then they jump into the wrong place. Exactly where the market is going to do this, suck them up and then do that. And guess what happens to them? Their account is upside down, blowing up, and then they get crazy. And you know how I know that? I've seen that. Seen it many times. I've helped many trades like that. People who trade people account and all of that. We've seen many of those trades. And then they come and they said, hey, please. People who are not in my group. My group, we are dedicated to help all the people in our group. But there are a lot of people who are not in my group come to me with that situation. I said, please help. And I said, okay, let's look at them. We go through the trades one by one and see what we can do with it, right? Gold. Gold also, we're looking at this pattern. So you want to be careful of the sell. Now that it's not a sell setup, you see they had one previously like that. They went up. They're getting a similar one. This one anyhow does look like there's a short-term sell setup here. I'll be very, very careful with the sell here. Pretty much like silver. There's a short-term possible sell setup here. If this drops, it might not go very far. It might just do this and then start to go back up. So if you take the trade, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but if you want to take the trade, I will not take the trade. But if you want to take the trade, you will want to put your stop to break even so that if and when it goes back up, you don't get taken out. Because we have seen this type of patterns. So you don't have to look far for them. There's one right here, actually. We've seen those type of patterns where they just drop a little more and then they take off to the upside. So you want to be careful. You want to exclude the possibility of that pattern occurring, happening there. So take the trade if you have to, if you want to, and then but just manage it properly. Aussie New Zealand, okay, it's ready for the upside now. I was in this trade, I took off some profit, a few small trades too, I took off profit. If you remember, I was in from somewhere here, and then I took off profit here, and then I took off profit one or two more. But then it starts to move like that, and I totally ignore it because I want to see something. This was a running flat. I don't like to trade those. They're difficult to trade. I want to see something like this. So this would be my trade. Even if they spend some more time here, the up move will be the big move that I'll be interested in, because there's a big up daily move coming. There's a big move to the upside. Okay. Once they consolidate here, we're heading to this stop. I'm looking for this trade up there. And then we will retest this low before the big move start. Do you know how I know there's going to be a big move to the upside? My crystal ball. I have a crystal ball. I shouldn't be telling you guys. It's going to likely come here, and then they're going to retest the low before they do that. This is coming. You know how? Because they're telling us. This is the preparation stage. They're telling you what they're going to do before they do it. And they've been telling you for years and years and years, right? Every time they do that, every time they do this, they're telling you what they're going to do. Right? They're telling you what they're going to do. So when you see that, you go. Right now, it's on all levels. It's on any time. When they did this, remember what I was telling you? This was going to go up regardless of what. We were expecting this move up. When they did this, we were expecting that move up. So we're expecting a continuation here. But first, there's going to be a correction, which is what they're doing right now. Right? So as they're correcting right now, wait for it. This correction has just started. It's not over. It's probably going to go a little more sideways and all of that. Let it do what it has to do. When it's ready, you're going to join it. Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss, I'm in the Aussie Swiss. The Aussie Swiss is 6,000 upside down. You remember how much this Aussie Swiss was? This Aussie Swiss was 60,000 upside down. $60,000 upside down. Did I panic? No. What did I tell you? Because it's a long-term trade. I'm not closing it. It doesn't matter what happened to this trade. I'm not closing it, at least not for the next 6 months. Well, because this trade is at the yearly low. It's at an all-time low. And the minute you close it, you're going to get the surprise. It's going to take off like a rocket. The potential of this thing taking off really fast does exist. The only time I'm going to close is if I realize when they come to the daily top, which means when they come back to this level, I would be in profit. Right? When they get back to this level, and I would be in a lot of profit. I think that should be about 20,000 profit. If I see that the structure is looking like there's going to be one more low, well, then I'll close it and buy back here again. That's the only time I'll close it. If there is a possibility for one more low, right now that possibility is no longer there. It's just going up really fast. See that? It looks like it's going really fast. In reality, this is how it's moving. So you just have to stay with it. You just have to get into the trade and learn to stay with it. For me, that's the type of trading I'm doing. What I'm doing is position trading. It's for investors. It's not, if I was trading small trades, which is what my traders are doing, they would be buying and selling. They would buy here, they'll close here, they'll buy this one, they'll close it here, they'll buy this one, they'll close it here, they'll buy this one, they'll close it here, they'll buy this one, they'll buy this one, they'll buy this one, and if you get another one, they'll buy. That's how my traders trade. That's short-term trade. You can have about 15 trades in this thing and close them and re-enter. And that's the right way if you're a short-term trader. You don't have to do what I do. What I'm doing is for a different purpose, right? And I think I've mentioned that many times. And still there are some traders, I don't know whether they just found out about trading or they just learned the word trading. They're coming and telling me, hey, your money management is bad. I'm like, yeah, thank you. I teach that stuff. So don't tell me it's bad. I know when it's bad and when it's good because I'm doing it. I know exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to come and tell me the stuff you've just learned somewhere in some webinar or some free stuff you read, right? I'm breaking rules. I know what rules I'm breaking. Some of those rules I made myself, literally. So don't try to, go on the YouTube video and say, hey, this guy's analysis is good, but I don't think his money management is good. Yes, please. That's what you want to tell me? That's the advice you're giving me? Okay, thank you. Go learn some more stuff about trading. Right? You're at that stage where you have to stick to your money management and do what you are doing because you are doing something else from what I'm doing. So please don't, if you're a troll and all, don't repeat that. It's nonsense. I know what I'm doing. And I know what rules I'm breaking, and I know that you're not supposed to do that. I don't teach my traders to do this. They are not planning to do what I am planning to do. If they do plan to do that sometime, I would not have to tell them anything. They will know what they're doing. So you guys don't have to follow my trade. You can follow the analysis. The analysis are great. You will get good trades, good set of good trades. But you don't have to stay with trades the way I stay with them. I have a different purpose of doing it. And I know exactly what I'm doing. So please no more of those comments. They're useless. Let's go. Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD you want to stay away from, because I think this consolidation could drop here, but I'm not sure they're going to go very far. They could take off to the top again, right? So you probably want to stay away from this and go with the Swiss most likely, or the yen. Aussie yen. Aussie yen also, this was a trade I was in, and I was in for this trade, I think, from somewhere in this point, and then you live through that, and then it goes. I think I closed it somewhere here for profit. That's why the account is about 620, 621 to be exact, or 622, 621.9. It's because these trades I closed for profit. I closed all the trades that you saw negative then for profit. There's some trades I'm in, well, I will be closing most of this. Next week, it's going to be a different level and different thing, right? So I go with long term. Why did I close this? Well, I was expecting a correction. They didn't make a big correction. I was expecting this to make a bigger correction. They just made a very small one and take off. They will eventually make a bigger correction. Like you see, that was a small trade. I don't take that trade because for me to re-enter the trade, I really want to see something significant. I want to see a bigger correction because the next impulse is going to be a bigger one. So if I get a 4-hour correction and I go for the 4-hour, for you, you can take those trades. You just need to manage them. You need to enter those trades and keep them for a while and then put it to break even and then see how far it goes, or just take profit if it starts to come back. So my traders, they trade differently because I showed them how to trade the way they should be trading with this. Euro-Aus. Euro-Aus is coming down. Stay away from any sells, at least until you get a correction, because there's a high probability we're going to make one more top. They might go back for this. Whether it's the euro or whether it's the Aussie, I don't know. But there's a high probability for that. To make sure that they're not going to go back and make a new high, I want to see a correction like this. See that correction there? That's a correction you want to see here. And if you get one of that, then great, we're going down. So until you get a 4-hour correction, I would stay away from it. All the 1-hour correction sells are gone. If you weren't selling there, if you weren't selling here, if you weren't selling this, if you weren't selling, even the last sell was here last week. I don't know if any one of you sold it. This one, it's not going very well, but if you sold that, move your stops into profit and leave it. There is a high probability of an up move. If the up move starts, we will trade. If they start to correct only, good, we will all have a big move to the downside. Euro New Zealand, this will also go down. The only question is it going to make one more high before they go. So big picture daily, this is downtrend. I think I can show you. The preparation is already in play for the downside. This was your impulse. That was your preparation. This was your drop. This is your impulse. This is they're preparing for a drop. This chart is preparing for a very big drop. This one, we thought that would be the one. That is not the one, but that gives you profit. Even if you took it and it is not the one. This one went up. You could have got some small trades up if you want. If you don't want it, some of my traders in selling here, they're moving their stops. Is this going to be the drop, or are we going to make a new high and then drop? So let's look at the possibility for both. Right now, there's a high probability this become a flat. They make a new high and then drop. That would be good for all of us, except for the people who are already in this trade. And some of my traders are already in that trade in good money, right? So they're probably not going to be happy with that outcome, but that would be the best outcome for all of us. If you're already in the trade from anywhere here, you want to move your stops. Convincingly, this can go more. This could be the start of the up move when we are going down. That is possible. So if you take any trade now, what you have to do is move your stops and move your stops, right? You have an arrow already there, Michael, right? So it has to go. Yes. So what you're going to do is, Michael's funny. What you're going to do is you're going to watch this trade. If you're in that trade or so, or you're putting an entry order here, once you get tagged in that trade, you'll have to start managing it. Be careful, right? Because, well, my traders know what to do. So I'm not, but for the new traders who are not in my group, you would have to, you'd have to know how to manage your way out of this, right? So that is something I can't help you with here, right? How to take the trade, how to manage it. That's only in my group you can learn that. But, if you know how to do it, basically, you can just move your stops and just relax and let it go. Gold jumped. Where did it jump to? Oh, it went up a little. You said gold jump. I thought gold is about $2,000 already, my friend. You made me almost jump out of my seat when you said the gold jump. I was like, oh, and I'm not in gold? Like, really? It just moved a little. Don't worry. Don't get so nervous. It's going. It's doing exactly what it should do. So don't worry very much. Let's go. Euro New Zealand. Focus here. Let's see. Euro Yen. Euro Yen might have started the up move already. Anyway, if we did wait for a flag, it's not making a flag, so they're probably going to consolidate some more. I'll put it like this. I think you'll probably see some more consolidation here, and then you're going to get that trade up. I'm not looking for the sellers yet. Could this be a chance they're going to make a new low? Possibly. Well, let them make a new low. I'm not interested in the sell. I'm interested in when this trade starts to go up. I don't want to miss it on the upside. Right? I don't want to miss this trade here on the upside, because the upside could be really, really big. So you got to focus on the right side of the trade. If it makes a new low, then make a new low. I'll look for a buy again from the new low. EuroCAD. EuroCAD makes a new low. We were looking at this level. I'm actually in a buy and I didn't close it at. I don't trade this pair a lot, and I said, let me just try it. So I got in somewhere here, and it's somewhere here, I think, and it's still there. So it's making a new low. This still is going to happen. Now I want you to remember New Zealand, remember Aussie, remember all of them that they broke the low and everybody was panicking about. And then you get that. Remember, my buy is here. It's not at the top here, it's here. So when they do that, I'll close for profit. If they don't do that, this is what they will do. And when they do this, I will close it for profit and then I will sell. But it will do one out of those two. There's a very rare chance this thing is going to do that. And the reason it's not going to do that, because you have to look for where it came from and what it's doing right now. See? It came from the top here. Made a move down, made a correction, made a move down. This is the pattern you're looking at. Probability of them doing that is higher than the probability of them doing that. See? It's easy. You guys can do this. It's easy, right? Try doing it. So, and remember, it came from the top there. It came all the way from the top here. Let me go back to the daily. It came all the way from the top here. And I actually bought it here. I bought it at this low, right? I didn't buy it here or here. I bought it at this low. So the chance of it going back up there and then coming down and give me some profit is very, very high. That's a probability. See? So you don't have to freak out when you're in trades like that. When you understand what you're doing, there's no place of freaking out. Let's see. The worst case is I'll get break even out of it. I had profit twice and I didn't take the profit because I'm not looking for the small move. I'm looking for the big move. And if the big move doesn't come, then they have to prove the big move is not going to come. And that's easy. If they start to do this, then they're telling me the big move is not coming. So get the hell out for small profit and look for the sell. It's easy. This thing is pretty easy, guys. I know the trolls are going to come and say, again, he's telling you that's easy. It's not easy, right? Don't listen to him. Look what Euro is doing. Yeah, you think it's going to fall, right? And I'm in the pound also. So you think it's going to fall, right? You think it's going to fall. Well, welcome to trading and welcome to wave analysis. The place where you can trade with ease of mind and with peace of mind. You can be in whatever drawdown you want like me and you can relax and go to sleep. Have a great weekend out with friends and then go to sleep. The ability to trade, you know, one of the things most of my traders said, the peace of mind they have got coming into our trading room, being with us, being in the room with all the people. Forget about the course and everything else. Just being in the group with those people. The peace of mind it gives them to trade is amazing. Traders who have 10-year experience outside, like they've been to all these different groups and all these, they've bought the whole dozen course in a whole different place, and then they come and said, man, trading in this group is just totally give me peace of mind. And guess what? When you're upside down on your trade and you're going wrong, you got 20% drawdown, you have the right to call me. You have the right to call any of our senior traders, and we actually beg you to do it. Call one of us so we can get you back straight in line. And only last week I did that with at least 3 traders whose account, well, they didn't trade. One of my traders was learning to trade now, and he gave his account to somebody to trade for him from the broker where he is. And his account was about 80% drawdown. I think around there, I can't be sure, but there was a lot of money. It was like it's going to blow up very soon. When he called me, he was in panic. He didn't want to call me because he was like, man, I don't know what I would tell you about this. And, you know, then he said, look, I know, sorry, this guy was trading my account and I thought he knew what he was doing. So immediately we close a few trades and then we start managing all those trades. By the end of the week, he was back in profit $1,000. Managed to get out of all the bad trades. Easy? No, not easy, but can you do it? It's doable. You just have to know which to close because those are not coming back. Take those losses, get rid of them. And which one could get back into profit. Actually, we even closed some and took some. Some that were moving, we closed them for break even and we re-enter for profit there because that would be the better way to do it. Got back his money and I got a good friend. Right? I got an invitation to Australia and a friend in Australia. I know I have at least one very good friend in Australia. No money can buy that. Having a good friendship with someone, no money can buy it. Ask the people in my group, the friendship they have. Money can't buy that. That's the good thing about a group. That's the amazing thing about what we do there. Let's go. Let the euro do what it's doing. Euro yen. Look for the buy. Let's see if they go. This is not a flag. I would not buy this as yet. It's a buy setup. I will not buy this yet. I'll wait some more. Especially my traders. Don't buy it as yet. If you're in already, that's okay. Euro CAD is going up back. Let's see. Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss already broke out. I told you this one was going to go. It's already gone. It's already up at the top here. So now you want to wait for a correction. You can't buy this right now. Oh, I have so many traders from Australia. If I go, I probably will have to spend a month there to meet, to go around the whole of Australia and meet everyone. Have dinner. I'll be having free dinners if I go for a month in Australia, I'm pretty sure I don't have to pay for dinners. I have a lot of free dinners waiting for me there and a bottle of bourbon waiting there too. So I'm free drinks and free food once I land in Australia, right? Look for this trade. Look for this trade here. There's a probability, or wait for a bigger correction if you want for upside. This one is already going up, right? We're breaking out. There's a big picture trade to the upside. I showed you last week. I don't know why it's closed. Yeah, we're expecting a big move up. Let me just draw this trade. Draw the trend line, sorry. Back to the trend line and then probably break out. But you can at least go back to the trend line. So let's see. Where Euro pound. Euro pound, if you're in the sell, move your stops. We were looking, the sell shouldn't be here. The sell should be higher. This was, my traders know why we put that there, but the sell was supposed to be higher for those of who you in the room, right? You know that. Sell is supposed to be from a higher place. Move it to break even. Pound yen. Oh, I have to take these off. Those are not valid. Those we were doing something else. Take this off. So let's go back. Pound yen. Well, it's almost gone, but you can actually wait for a flag and buy here. If you get a flag here, you can buy the breakout. This has potential to the upside. Pound CAD, all pound trades potential to the upside. I would wait for a flag. I would wait for them to make a flag here and then go for the trade. Pound Swiss, take this off. Same thing, wait for a flag here and then go for the trade. Wait for a flag here and then go for the trade. I'll be careful with the Pound Swiss. I'll probably skip the buy in the Pound Swiss. It's not the best buy. You probably want to skip that one. Right? Let's go. Pound New Zealand, you can wait for a flag here and buy. Wait for a flag and buy. Potentially, I think this is going to break out. The only thing why you wait for the flag is because they can retest the low and then go. They can make something like that and then go. So you really want to wait until they retest. If they're going to retest the low, you don't want to be trapped in the buy. But if you get a flag and they go, you'll probably get it to the top here, put it to break even and wait for the breakout. Pound Oz, wait for a flag and buy. All pound trades. Pound is already going. We are in the pound and it's doing well. Let's see. CAD Yen. This was the buy from last week, from the week before. We told you, wait for another day. If CAD Yen actually made a nice correction here, I don't know if any one of you bought when it made that correction. The buy was here. If not, wait for another flag and buy. It's going to go slow. So here's the thing about CAD Yen. It's going to go slow, slow, slow. It's going to go slow, 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 and then take off. Right? So you want to get in and move it to break even and stay with it. You'll have to have a little patience. But I've seen this a lot of times. They go like this, they go like this, and then you see they make a spike. And you're not in the trade. That's the reason I'm staying with the Aussie Swiss. Because you're going to wake up one morning and the Aussie Swiss spike 400 pips and you're not in, right? Yeah, they move really slow. That's true. They're very frustrated to trade. You're in for days and you're still 10 pips up. But then, they kind of do that. And then the fourth day you wake up and you're like 200 pips up and you wonder what happened. And then you go, there was a spike in it. I don't know why they move like that. That's how they move. But you just have to be aware of the pairs you're trading and how they move. Swiss yen, there's a buy setup forming very soon here. I want you to be careful with this buy. It's in a B wave. They're probably going to do this and then drop here and then go. You see the B wave pattern in here, right? 1, 2, 3, and then go. So if you're going to get in the buy, just be careful. Why you may want to take it, it's possible it could be a running flat, which means it's going to go higher than the top and you may get a very good trade out of it. New Zealand yen, this is gone already. It's not gone, but it's going. You can see we're breaking out there. And if you know the trade, you know what to do. So it's a good buy setup, by the way. So New Zealand yen, the buy was from here. I don't know. How many of you who are not my traders, how many of you took this trade? My traders took it and on and on and on and just keep adding to that. Well done. Well done. Good work. If two of you and I'll take it, it's okay. It means I'm not wasting my time coming here, right? That's the main thing. New Zealand CAD, stay away from this for a while. It's gonna do whatever it's doing, and then we'll come back to it. New Zealand Swiss. Okay, this one is already going. If you're in the trade, move up. Oh damn, this thing now. Trading view charts are gonna kill me now. Very lately, they've started this thing. The magnet has started working on its own. I touch the line and the magnet comes on. Anybody has that problem and know how to solve it, please ping me directly. Not now and not here, because damn man, it was working so good, right? And then suddenly that thing starts. Anybody know how to solve that, please? See what happens. And it's not like I'm taking it off. It's on, take it off. You'll still see. Why the hell this is happening, I have no idea. It just goes on by itself. It's just happening by itself, right? I really don't know. Take it off. Let me put it now. Nope, not gonna go. I have to refresh the page, guys. 1 second, bear with me. If any of the moderators in TradingView watching this, please do something about that. Right? We were in which one? We were in New Zealand CAD. No, we skipped the New Zealand. We were in New Zealand Swiss. Yeah, this is the one. The trade is okay. Good. It's not working now. Right. Perfect. So there was a buy set up there. You can take that trade. CAD Swiss. This one is going up too, but like somebody said, it's difficult to trade. And there's a big forecast on it. We have it, but I don't trade it. See? And it's a big move to the upside, really big move to the upside. So you can find a flag and buy it if you want. I guarantee you have to have a lot of patience because it is going to go very, very, very slow. It's not going to take off like a rocket. So if you have the patience and you're willing to do it, yeah, good. Copper. There's a buy setup on copper happening right now in the 1 hour. You're getting a correction. You can buy after the correction. Natural gas, my traders are already in this. Oh, they're doing great. Once it broke this, we started buying because there's a big move to the upside. I think I showed you guys this already, right? You want to buy here, and some of my traders will have 2 or 3 buys already in this going. And there's a next buy set up here to go. This thing has a big, big move to go. You could have a sharp move like that or a much sharper move than that already. So wait for flags, take the trades, move your stops. Let's go. US oil. Possible buy setup. Short term. This is very short term. If you're going to trade this, watch it when it comes anywhere in here because it's a very short term trade. Let me show you in the 4 hour what the whole structure is. Got some traders trading only oil. They're printing money in it. That's their saying. They print the money in the oil, right? So you can probably watch it come here. You're going to watch it come back here. You're going to watch it go back there. You're going to watch it come here. And then you're going to look for the upside. See, we've already made that forecast. The amazing thing is that the forecast on oil has been working really, really, really good. Really, really nice. It has been very good, very working excellent. UK oil, pretty much the same thing. You can see Once they broke this low, we're looking for the upside, and then you can look for the downside. You're looking for this one down. Very soon, watch it here. Somewhere in here, you will start to get a downside. So keep your eyes on it. Let's see if that happens. S&P 500. It's going up. I think we will tag the top again. But just in case, if they don't tag the top and they start to drop, you want this trade, because we can't confirm that this is a corrective pattern in the whole move as yet. We don't know that that is an impulse. And that is because of the bigger structure. I don't like that to be the first impulse, the way it starts, and it's mostly because of this structure, the possibility of this happening, retesting the top and then fall. Now, my forecast was for S&P to get to about this level, which if they keep going, they can possibly, but once they get around there, you want to look for sell setups. Anywhere above the top, any sell setup, you get your ticket, including from this point. If you get a sell setup, take the sell. Put an entry order. This is an entry order for the sell. My traders should not take that out, because if you wake up one day to this thing really falling, you want to be tagged here. The next correction is going to be really, really huge. So when everybody tell you there's a depression coming, there's a recession coming, there's something coming, they're actually telling you the truth. Because the next correction might be this. They had a small one, they had a small one, they had a small one. The next one is probably going to be, if they come and they fall, they'll probably do this. Not exactly that, but something similar. So it could be a big move, and I will be very sorry for the next person who is the president of the US, because that is the person that will get the blame that the stock market is falling. Not because anything the person do or say, and there's nothing that person can do and say to stop it. It's going to happen regardless, but the blame will go. So whoever is going to be the next president when that happens, or whoever is the president when that happens, will take the blame. Sorry, the blame is going to be yours. You have nothing to do with it. So is it going to be now? I would watch this piece here. I'll watch this piece very careful. Because if it's not breaking the top and you're falling, you want to be in that trade. That entry order is a good idea. And if you make another correction and go up, you can actually move it up. That is what my traders are doing. I don't know what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. Remember, I don't give, I'm just giving forecasts and my analysis here. I'm not telling you what to trade, right? Who knows, it might happen right before that. Anything is possible. There's no time factor for when this can happen. There's a structural factor if it's going to happen, right? So we're not in time-based analysis. We're in structure-based analysis. So when we see a structure, we wait for it. We just wait for it. Come, like silver. Remember how long silver took to go up? We wait for it. That's the whole point, because there is no specific time when it's going to happen. But if it is going to happen, it will happen, right? Now, you may say, well, that's a wild guess, right? You're just making a wild guess. It's going to go up sometime. If you keep saying it's going to, no, we don't just keep saying. We're telling you from where it is likely going to happen. Silver, we pick the bottom, and we tell you now is the time to buy, because from here it is going to go up. When S&P was falling the first time and everybody was freaking out, remember what we told you? No, wrong time to freak out. Remember when this happened and everybody was freaking out? I was like, guys, relax, that is going to go. And once it came and broke the top, we told you we we're going to break that top again. Because structurally, that is what it was telling us. The information you get from the structure was telling you it's going to go make a new high. Everybody was freaking out when this was happening. I was telling you, no, it's going to go back up. So it's not about a guess of when it's going to, that it is going to fall. It's when. Like structurally, when there's a structure that says it's going to fall. Now the structure is telling us, yes, everything is setting up for that. So you only have to wait for it to happen. This one wasn't ready to go. Structurally, you could have seen it. So now you can wait. You can say, okay, if it's going to go now, I want it. DAX has more upside. We're buying DAX. I told you that. I actually think DAX has to come and break this top before it go. I would like to see DAX come in. Same structure like the S&P 500. Remember this in the S&P 500? I think they should come and break this top before they fall. So S&P 500 might go up some more. Don't be surprised. It could go a lot more. And then we're going to look for this to fall. Nifty. Let's look at the 4 hour. and 1 hour. Nifty is going up somewhat. You can look for a buy setup. I think you can look for a buy setup when it breaks the stop. Move your trade into profit because it's either going to make a new high or it's going to drop. Which one, we don't know. Not as yet. When it happens, we'll tell you. When it comes close to the structure forming. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is only bearish and it's going to only fall. Well, it's actually not bearish. It's moving sideways. It's easy to see when something is going sideways. And when you're coming from the bottom and you're going sideways, you're going to go like this. That's easy. I've shown you that a million times, right? And I can show it one more time for the fellow who still doesn't understand the concept. They go up, they make a sideways, and they go up. They make a sideways, they go up. They drop, they make sideways, they drop, they make sideways, they drop, they make sideways, they drop. And they repeat the process, they repeat. Now you're making a bigger sideways. See this sideways here? They were going to drop. You see this here? They're going to go up. So for the fellow who said it's bearish regardless of what, and he was 99, he's 99% correct, he says. I think that's what he said, right? Congratulations on being 99% correct. That's in your head. It's not real, but anyway, be careful with the bearishness because what you're seeing here is a sideways move. And when you see this happening, it can come like this. It can probably do this. But the big move and the fast move is to the upside. You trading in here, you can trade, but it's difficult. And that's where traders lose their money. And when this happened, they are not in the trade. Remember when you were supposed to buy here, when we were telling you to buy there? Upside. Let's go. Ethereum, consolidation. If you're telling me that this could go tag the low, I would tell you probably. If there's anything that can go tag the low, this one can go. If you take that out, just take it out for a while. This is a small flag. This could drop. This could drop. I can see this breaking the low and then go back up, but not Bitcoin. Ripple, you wanted to go lower than that. It's already at the low. If you were following me when it was here, remember what I was telling you? Buy. Buy anywhere here because you're going to get that. Well, you don't have to be a magician to know what I will tell you to do, right? It's pretty easy. Once they do this, they're going to do that. Well, I don't think this one is going to do this. I'm looking at this pattern here. There's a probability that they're going to, we can't exclude this possibility as yet until it happens. Retest the low and then go, or totally go. If this one is something else with here, then they'll totally go. Does it matter to you? No, you're looking for a buy. Once you get a buy, you get in and you stay with it. You move your stops, you do everything. Do we think it's going to go back a little down? Yeah. This is the pattern we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They actually came. They didn't break the low, and that is a little. I don't like when they don't break the low. So I would be very careful if they still come break the low and then go. I'll still be careful of that. But if you get a buy setup, take it. If you're buying in here for long term, I don't know. Sounds like a good plan to me because you might get a very nice surprise one day. All right. So it sounds like a good plan. Can you keep it if it goes to 1.8? Can you keep it if it goes to 1.2? Can you keep it if it goes to 0.0001? If you can, then you should buy. If you can't, then don't buy. But you don't have to keep it, right? You can put a stop anywhere here. You can put a stop here. I'm just showing you, right, what you can do. I'm not telling you what to do. But if this breaks out, you definitely want to be in the trade. LTC, same here. If this breakout, you want to be in the trade, possibility to drop a little more is there, which means if they break out like this, pull back. You get out of the trade. You wait for this to happen. You can sell if you want. I wouldn't sell. I'll wait for it to start back the upside and buy again. Because you're doing like this and you're going to go up really fast. The big move is to the upside, not to the downside. I think that's about it. Somebody was asking a question. Turkish lira, let's see what it's doing for you. I don't think this is real. That one is not there. That is the chart. Just having. Is that spike real? I doubt it. So you're looking at this, wait to see what happens here. Either retest the low and then go because you're making a sideways move. I don't think that wick is real, right? And on the smaller time frame, 1 hour, Look for a sell setup. They're going to retest the low before they go. Oh, come on, don't do that. Yeah, so retest this low before you go. Let's see, Aussie 200. I think I had that here. Yeah, Aussie 200, I have it there. Oh, this is a nice one. This one has a big move to the downside. I'm showing the daily. So you want this trade here. If this starts to go down, you want this back to this level, and then maybe break out, maybe test the top again, but very likely break out. So come to the 4 hour. You don't have a sell setup as yet. You're actually going up right now. Wait for a sell setup. Wait for this to start, give you a sell setup. Right now, you have a short-term buy setup if you want. It's a short-term flag for upside. But I would say wait for a sell setup. Don't go for the buy. Right, the sell setup is the one that will give you the money. Rubles. I think ruble is going up. Let's see. Yeah, ruble, there was a nice sell this morning. This morning, or in my room, right, I was telling my traders you could actually look at that for a sell here, but then now you got to go back up. Ruble is going to go up. Let me show you the big picture. Yep. Expect this to come back here. And then when they get there, we'll see. Is either a breakout or a new test of this low. You can see, right, it's going sideways. So eventually it's going to go up. Either they break out now, retest the low, and then break out. Right? So, okay, guys, it's going to be too long. It's more than an hour. We're going to be nonstop here if we keep doing all of them. Sorry about that, right? So I hope you can share this with more people so that they can see it, because not a lot of people see it. And for those of you who are waiting for the subscription thing that I'm doing so you can save your money and take the course, $200 a month, that is just to help you save your money to take the course. It's not a subscription for Signal, but you will get my daily analysis I do in my trading room that I do for my traders. So I'm setting it up, and hopefully by the end of September, it should be ready, which means you will get to pay $200 a month. You will get my daily analysis. You can trade that slowly until your money reaches the cost of the webinar, and then you get a webinar. You don't have to pay anything more anywhere. So if you're subscribing to some crazy stuff somewhere, please stop doing it. It's wasting your money. Subscribing to signals will never make you successful. Now, I know that is going to bring the trollers back, because once I say so, all the people who are selling subscription will come and attack. That's okay. I can deal with that. But you don't buy it because you're going to lose your money. And don't get fooled out there, Just be careful. Ask people to show you what they're doing before you join them. Right? If they're showing you a $1,000 account and you want to join them because you think he's a pro, go ahead. Just make your choice. Right? But at least he will show you something. I notice these guys like to show these things on Facebook, 4 snapshots of 4 trades. I'm like, what happened to the rest of the trade in the whole account? They can't show you. They don't want to show you, right? It's amazing sometimes. And most of it is demo anyway. So, okay. Anyway, you guys have a great week ahead of you. Make money, trade with care, and please share the link. Share it as much as you can. You can like it, you can share it, you can do whatever. Just pass it over to somebody so they can watch it. Right? The link for the webinar is the same. Please share it too. See all of you next Sunday. I hope next Sunday I don't have any problem with internet, and I'll see you there. Take care. Have a great week ahead of you, and thank you for coming. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.